Hello, welcome to A Conversation with Villa Springfield. I'm Michele Hemphill, and today I'm really excited. A good friend of mine, Commissioner Joyce Chilton, is with us. She has been a city commissioner, we think, for about 10 years now.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself and then what's going on in the city during these crazy times.
Okay, thank you, Michele. It is great to be here with you. I will start by talking about myself, first of all. I'm a graduate of Sinclair Community College. I campaigned and won a seat on the city commission, my dream job. I serve the people of Springfield, and during the pandemic, I am still answering phone calls, attending board meetings. A lot of board meetings are by Zoom. In fact, all the board meetings are by Zoom.
And that's been an adjustment, hasn't it?
That has been an adjustment because some of us, like myself, like to leave the house.
Well, we're people.
We're
people. And
Yes.
when you can't be with other people, it's difficult.
It is. So that's why I enjoy going out when people have a complaint and I don't get out of my car. I talk to them from a distance. We try to maintain that 3 to 6 feet. And we're just trying to serve the people. Some days I don't feel like I've done enough, but I do what I can.
Well, I think you do a fabulous job, and I appreciate you. With the pandemic, are there certain things the city has been doing, or I know there's like the water department, there's shutoffs coming. I know things were postponed for a while. What all's happening that's coming up this month or at the end of the month?
Okay, well, right now the city of Springfield will be resuming water shutoffs. I believe it's July the 27th. Today, there are a lot of folks paying their taxes because taxes are due
Tax
today.
day, yep.
Our service department is continuing to do street sweeping. They're continuing to work on projects like water mains and working with Columbia Gas to get services done so we can do street paving. So
And that's happening on my street right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're parking down the block but I'm happy. I'm happy to have them working.
Okay.
Yeah.
But our city hall is open. The reduced hours, I believe, are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to like 12:30. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I believe it's like 1 to 4:30ish.
Right.
Somewhere in there. So we do have reduced hours, and you can always call any of our departments and make an appointment and discuss your issues with them.
And you have a website that has all the numbers listed, don't you? What is that website?
Exactly. So I believe it is springfieldohio.gov, and we created a new logo.
Yep.
And that's been something that's really been catchy because we're forward together. So our website has any kind of information that you want on it. And recently I talked to some neighbors about burn permits. They have fire pits and they didn't know you need a burn permit. So that's all on the website.
Right. That's great. Now, speaking of Springfield and coming together, I've been here my whole life, like most of us. I am amazed at how well the Springfield community rallies when something needs done. If it's raising money, if it's whatever it happens to be, whatever crisis it happens to be. I'm sure that's happening with this pandemic, right?
It is, and we've got the NAACP. I believe they are hosting a viral conversation today on racism. We still have our global network, which do programs.
Right.
And we have just tried to come together as a city. And when I say come together, I don't think that we were ever apart.
I don't either. I feel like we're close. Nobody's perfect. No community is perfect. And you're going to have different things happen. But I feel like we address them. You guys address them pretty quickly.
We do, and we work together with our fire and police department. And one of the things I worked on was trying to reduce the non-emergency calls and worked with United Way with the 211 number.
Right.
And that's been successful, and we have our citizens able to call the 211 number for non-emergency calls. We still want you to call 911.
Sure, if it's an emergency. Exactly.
Right, but I think some of us have to do the learning curve
Right.
on what's an emergency and what's non-emergency.
That's right.
In our city, I have a note here that applications and testing for both the police and fire division positions, they're going to be accepted later this fall, 2020, and positions will be filled in 2021. And if you are interested, you can add your name to the list to be notified by calling.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling 937-324-7318, or you can email your information, apply@springfieldohio.gov.
That's great. Yeah, fire and police for the city. That's a wonderful thing. Good job. A job for life.
Yes, a job for life.
Right.
And one position is available for an operator at the water treatment plant.
Oh.
And that's open through this Friday, the 17th of July.
Okay.
And applications, you talk about our website?
Yes.
Employment applications are available on our website.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, with your position with the city commission position and other things that you do, you really help the community as far as needs of food and clothing and shelter, and you're with different organizations that help that way, aren't you?
Right. I volunteer at Family Needs Incorporated.
Right.
36 East Grand Avenue. And before the pandemic, I was volunteering 4 days a week. So now I'm down to just doing the data entry on
Sure.
Thursdays. But it's a great place to volunteer, and they need more volunteers. So you can call them, 937-521-2800.
Perfect.
And we need all kinds of volunteers to help.
Right. And do you need donations? I imagine the need has gone up.
The
Through
need has
this.
gone up. We are not accepting clothing donations,
Okay.
but we're accepting cash.
Sure.
Gifts,
Sure.
those kind of donations that we can purchase food items for our clients.
Okay. Great. And yeah, I know the need for food has been tremendous in every community, just from loss of jobs and having the kids home and different things like that. And speaking of that, does the city commission weigh in on going back to school, or is that strictly the school board?
That is strictly the school board. In fact, I was talking to a friend of mine who is one of the coordinators for student services, and I was asking because Family Needs is looking to open up as a place for people to be mentored.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
And she was saying that, I said, is the school system going to open up where you can choose to go 3 days or 2 days? She says, no. You would either do in school, like 5 days,
Okay.
or you do the virtual schooling.
Okay.
So they're gearing up to actually be
Have
back.
students.
To have students, yes.
Okay.
And we just approved an ordinance for resource officers. For
Okay.
high school and middle schools.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And then that way you can kind of monitor and keep them as separated as you can, I guess, and masks and that
Right.
type of thing. I'm sure all the safety precautions will be there.
Yes.
It's a scary thing. I have one grandson, and he's due to go to the first grade, and I'm kind of on the fence.
Okay.
I don't know. Most of me thinks send them back. They need the socialization, but the other part of me is concerned because I still don't think we know everything about this virus.
And we don't, and that's one of the reasons why the city of Springfield is taking precautions and making sure that we're social distance, providing
Right.
the personal protection equipment for our service workers.
Right.
And it would be a hard decision for me, but on the other hand, do I want to teach my child?
Well, I couldn't. I couldn't. I'm just being honest. I couldn't do it. I could see the fighting now with my kids when they were younger. God bless our teachers, but it just is a difficult situation. It's a difficult time for everybody, and everybody has anxiety about it because of the unknown.
Right, and this is kind of different than what we're used to. I mean, it's like sometimes I feel anxiety because I'm like, could I have done more to help the citizen? Or could I have done,
Yes.
ABC differently?
Right.
But with the pandemic, you could do the could I have, what if,
Right.
but none of it's working. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's like I said, a crazy time. Well, let's talk about downtown for a minute.
Okay.
What a beautiful place.
Well, thank you.
It is just coming along, and then the pandemic hit, and I thought, oh, it's so frustrating. But the parking garage, everything, the restaurants, the murals. Tell us a little bit about the downtown core.
The downtown core, when I think of the downtown core, I think of like the North Street to the north, and then I think of Jefferson Street to the
Yes,
south.
I agree.
And I think of Spring Street to the east, and to the west, I am kind of like, okay, do I go out to Wittenberg?
Yeah,
So
right.
I kind of go out to the Wittenberg area, and we have a new parking garage, which is great. And then the pandemic hit.
Right.
We have new restaurants,
Yes.
pastries, and
Oh, it's unbelievable.
it is. And then we have Mother Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
And the place I like is the Winus Coffee Place. A
Yes.
coffee person.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
So, and I have family members who have said I want to change my website portfolio. So we've come downtown and taken pictures by the murals.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
And
They're
it's
absolutely
just
beautiful.
great sometimes to come and sit by the water there at the monument.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's just kind of nice.
It is.
And we've done the street lighting and what we call streetscape.
Right.
Just trying to get the bricks and everything.
Matching, and
Yeah.
the ambiance is beautiful. It on First Fridays, it's so exciting to see everybody out and about. And like I said, the pandemic has kind of halted a little bit of that. But now we have Cohatch. There are so many options downtown now. And like you said, you could just sit. I have taken my lunch many times to the little park area, National Park or whatever that, I can't remember what that's called.
National Park.
Yes, where Madonna the Trail is.
Yes.
And what a great place just to go sit and relax and kind of not think about work for a little bit.
Right, or some of the other monuments, I believe there's George Roger Clark.
Right.
And, just to kind of hang out and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot to offer right here in Springfield with everything.
And I think that, sometimes people forget that your hometown is great.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Just take advantage of it.
Right. And you need to explore more, I
Exactly.
believe.
Get out of the house. This
Right.
is a time where we're supposed to be social distance.
Right.
But it's nice to get out, kind of walk around to see what is downtown.
Right, and I have been to Mother Stewart's and a couple of the restaurants in different places, and everybody really is doing their part, I feel like.
Yes.
I'd like to see more mask wearing, but that's a personal thing for me. I feel like if everybody just put a mask on for a few weeks, we might nip some of this in the bud, but I feel comfortable going to a few places. Because they are making sure everybody's social distance, and just because of the unknown, not knowing.
Right, and I've had the test for the COVID-19. It took longer than I thought to get the results, but they
Right.
came back negative.
Right.
And there is testing today at Parentwood School. And
That's
the city
right.
helped with some of that.
Yes.
From noon till 6. And I think with the mask, before I got in here, I was
Right.
having a mask breakdown because I
Right.
got like 4 or 5
I
at
know
first.
it. I know it. Me too.
Right, but I am wearing the mask and trying to lead by example. No matter how much I'm sweating underneath this mask,
I
I'm
know.
wearing it.
Right. Well, like you said, leading by example, that's what we need. We need our leadership to show the example that masks, let's face it, nobody wants to wear it, but that's just what you do. You have to do it to be socially conscious.
Exactly.
And wearing it into a public place, to me, is just respectful to others.
And I think that's the point, that it's not infringing on your rights.
No.
It is showing respect for yourself and for other folks. And like I said, I was having a mass breakdown because it's like, oh, this one doesn't work, oh, this one's too hot.
Right.
But in the same regard, when I came into the city building, I had a mask on. I took
Right.
my temperature. I did what is
We're supposed to do.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's expected, and to keep myself safe and our employees that are here. I'm
That's
sure
right.
They would, appreciate me wearing my mask.
Well, and working at Villa Springfield with the population that we have, I would be devastated if I took something back to that building.
Right.
It's a vulnerable population, and it would be horrible. Now, we test our residents for the last month. We've been testing them every week.
Okay.
The National Guard came in and tested all of us as employees. Everything's negative. It's been good so far, knock on wood, but you never know.
Now, did not Villa Springfield get an award recently?
We did. We it's a kind of a surprise visit from the Ohio Department of Health for COVID infection control. And we had no deficiencies. We were deficiency free with that. So what that means is we have everything in place to keep everybody as safe as possible. And we follow the CDC guidelines, and we also follow the Ohio Department of Health guidelines.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that we have to do. We have a hotline that people can call into to check on things every day. It's a lot, but it's worth every minute. Now, July 20th, if all goes well, I think the governor's going to let outside visitors to nursing facilities. So that's going to be interesting because you'll still need to be 6 feet apart. You'll still need to have a mask on, and we're going to do it by appointments, I'm pretty sure. But these poor residents, they haven't been in the dining room together. They haven't had visitors. Through the window is not the same thing.
No, and if my parents had still been living during this COVID-19, they would have been livid if they could not see their kids.
Their kids, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're a close-knit family and you're used to seeing everybody all the time. Villa is a busy place, and there's a lot of people there, and we're used to lots of visitors and interaction. We do a lot of community events and things, and having all that halt, the residents are kind of like, ooh.
Right, it's like, what's going on? And for those
That's right.
that have dementia or
That's
some of
right.
the
They don't
other
understand.
things, they don't understand, but you guys do a great job.
We appreciate that.
We're just trying to maintain some normalcy
Right.
here at the city of Springfield, as well as what you're doing at Villa
Right.
Springfield, and trying to continue to serve our citizens. And it's great when I'm driving around and I see our city workers are actually working.
They are.
Yes,
They are.
and despite the ads on TV, when you call our police and fire,
Oh,
they
they're
do
going to
come.
answer. That
They
is the
come.
craziest thing
Yes,
ever.
they
I mean,
do come.
my rule of thumb is if it doesn't make sense, it's probably, use your
Right.
common sense with everything. But we have a fabulous police department, police chief, and fire chief. Everybody does a great job. And like I said, I feel as if everybody rallies together and comes together, especially when we need to.
Exactly, and our citizens can connect, or if they've got complaints, they can call their elected officials.
Right.
I'm one of 5, and every time I've had a complaint and taken it to our police chief, the previous chief and the current one,
Yes.
it has been taken care of, respectfully resolved. And it's like, you still can call us and call our police department.
Right.
We're still there.
Right.
We haven't gone anywhere.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, I really appreciate you being here. Anything that we need to know that's coming up in the city? Or I guess not really, because we can't really get together or do
We can't
anything
get
right now.
together, and I don't have all the details, but I know that our cultural fest
Yes.
has been canceled.
Right.
And I know
hate
that
that.
our human relations department are working on books about racism and doing some kind of study groups.
Oh,
I'll
good.
have to get that information later for you.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
Yes.
great. Yeah, make
So-
sure I know that.
Yeah, we're still doing things.
Right.
Even though we cannot all get together.
Right.
we're
You're
hoping
still
that-
working towards all of it.
Yes. And 2021, it's got to be better.
Yeah, I think so too. I read something cute. It said, "When does the sauerkraut and pork we ate for good luck on New Year's Day kick in?" I said, yes, that's true, because we do that at my house.
Oh,
you
yes,
know.
I do that, and, for me, it's the sauerkraut, it's the pork and the black eyed peas.
Yes.
And your stomach go, oh, but.
But it's delicious going down. But yeah, and I thought, well, that's kind of funny. We'll just get through this and come out the other side, I think, a better society, a better group. I firmly believe things happen for a reason, and someday we'll know.
Yes,
You know.
and I appreciate Bill of Springfield.
Thank
you. guys
you.
have great events. I think when I was campaigning, it was kind of funny, I came to Bill of Springfield, and the person that was in charge and everything, I'm like, I know that man. I've seen that man. And then you're trying to put it together.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I did the tours on South Falcon, and he lives on it.
Yes, it was his home. That's right. Yes,
Yes,
he was
it
in
was
the
Bill
tour.
Robinson.
That's right.
And he recognized me before
Yes.
I recognized him.
Yeah,
But, he does a great job leading Bill in Springfield.
He does.
I'm glad you're back.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. It feels like I never left, except that I really don't know what's going on. But I'm getting there. I'm glad I'm back too. Bill is a great human being, and Villa is where it is today because of Bill and the way he leads his team. And I'm proud to be a part of it.
Well, I'm glad because
Yeah.
I can't say enough about you guys, and I just appreciate you. And then having a surprise visit and passing all those infectious
Yes.
controls and coming out on top.
Yeah.
That's great, Michelle.
It is. Well, we appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We appreciate you, Joyce.
Well, thank you.
Until next time, thank you for tuning in. If you want to get a hold of Commissioner Chilton, you can go to springfield.gov. The phone numbers are there.
Springfield, Ohio.
SpringfieldOhio.gov. Sorry about
Thank
that. Yeah. And find out more information. And like she said, call and they will help you with anything you need.
That's right.
All right.
We're here. We are here. We have
Yes.
never left.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you very much.